fourth session. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Warm welcome, warm welcome, warm welcome. Srimad Bhagavad Gita means beautiful song of God. I would say it's a beautiful song of love. The love which Krishna has got in his heart for all of us. And he is feeling why we are suffering in this material world. So welcome to this fourth session, Bhagavad Gita. Before we start the session, I starting with a small introduction. Starting with a small introduction. Uh, when we go to a shopping mall, we buy a computer, we buy a mobile, we buy fridge, a television, whatever it is. We get a manual, and in this manual it is written. If you use this way, you will be highly benefited and get the best returns. And if you are not careful, then we don't use the manual, we may misuse and will not get the best of the uh, equipments. Similarly, when Krishna made this material world, he gave us a manual called as Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And this manual, when we refer, we will find our stay in this body, in this material body and material world will be very blissful, peaceful, and joyful. And if we don't use the manual, it will be very painful, and it will be very horrible, and it will be very, you know, miserable. So the the manual of Krishna consciousness. The manual of Krishna consciousness is introduced in the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we saw that Arjuna is saying, I am Pandava, and Krishna is saying, no, Baba, no. In the second chapter, he is saying that you are not Pandava, you are a soul. And in the first chapter, Arjuna is saying, oh, I am Pandava, and my enemies are Kauravas. Krishna says, no, 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 you are Atma, and in the third chapter, Krishna says, you are enemy is Kama, Esha, Krodha, Esha, Rajaguna, Samudbhava. As long as we say that I am Indian, I am African, I am American, we will be in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita and will be very miserable. As long as we say that Russia is my enemy, Palestine is my enemy, and Ukraine is my enemy, Pakistan is my enemy, we will be in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita and will be very miserable. We have to come out of it. We should understand we should be in the second chapter. We should be understanding I am soul, and we should understand our real enemy is karma, not China, Asia, Pakistan, Asia, militants, Samudbhava, Mahashano, Mahapapma, Vidinam, Vairinam. And in the first chapter, Arjuna is saying, I am Pandava, my enemies are Kaurava, and my uh, allies, my friends are Pandavas. No, no, no. Here in the fourth chapter, we'll come to know that I am soul, our enemies come, and our real friend is our spiritual master. So let us not wait more and let us dive into the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It's very interesting and full of knowledge and gems of wisdom. For better understanding and easy assimilation of the subject matter, we will have the following session in the following matter. The phase one, we will see how the manual has been introduced. In phase two, we will see how the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, who has made this manual, uh, comes here to teach the manual. And in the phase three, we will see how the classrooms have been arranged and for spreading the for giving these sessions. And in phase four, we will see that why we should act with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, or by how should we live in this world with the teachings of. In phase four, we will see there are all the practices should lead us to yajna. By yajna, what will happen? Our mind will get purified, and with the purified mind, we can understand the divine knowledge. Mm. And in phase 6, the easiest method and the um glories of Divya Bhagavad Gita has been mentioned. Then we'll conclude and we'll have question answer sessions. So let us dive right into phase 1 of the wonderful fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is entitled Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga. The first chapter is called Arjun Vishad Yoga, second chapter is called Sankhya Yoga, and the third chapter is called Karma Yoga, and this is called Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga. ASKJ, Ask Janardhan. A for Arjuna Vishad Yoga, S for Sankhya Yoga, K for Karma Yoga, and J for Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga. And we are in phase 1, Sri Bhagwan Vacha. Once again, Ved Vyas Muni is saying, um, Sri Bhagwan Vacha. That means Sri means beautiful. Bhagwan is the most important person, and Vacha means saying. The most important person, beautiful, important person is saying something very beautiful and very important for us. That means that we should tighten our waist, and we should tighten our back and straight, erect, and we should pay full attention, not to speak or talk here and there, not to do anything here and there with the body, and not to think anything here and there with the mind. Full focus, laser focus, one pointed laser focus, because we want to catch every word, not every word, every letter, because it's something beautiful and important for us. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Imam Vivasvata Yoga. Protavamaham avyayam vivaswan manva praha manurikshva ke abrave. And the manvalas were given to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan spoke this uh, this wonderful, imperishable knowledge to Manu, and Manu spoke this to Ishvaku, and in this way, three generations of Kurushish, of Raj Rishi Parampara has been mentioned. Again, the word Abhyay comes. Abhyay means imperishable. Vyay means perishable. Like we s- like we see that when the candle is been burnt, it gets gay, it gets perishes. But Abhyay means it doesn't perish. So the word Abhyay you will see from right from second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter, fifth chapter, sixth chapter, seventh chapter, eighth chapter, ninth chapter, 10th chapter, 11th chapter, 12th chapter, 13th chapter, 14th chapter, 15th chapter, 16th chapter, 17th chapter, 18th chapter. Abhyay. The word Abhyay sometimes is for Krishna, sometimes for the knowledge of Krishna, for bhakti also. So Vivasvata Yogam, this is that knowledge which will connect us from the soul to the super soul. Proktavan speaks. Krishna spoke to the sun god, and sun god speaks to Manu, and Manu speaks to uh, the the Suryavamshi Raja. huh? इक्ष्वाकु एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम इमं राजऋषयो विदो साकालेन महता योग नष्ट परम तपा. And as the time was flowing in this material world, everything comes from top to down and top to down, and everything, the water flows from top to down, and sometimes the standards also goes from top to down. With time, everything gets degraded, and everything, the disciplinic succession, the knowledge was being from one king to another king. But these kings were not ordinary king. They were Raja Rishis. They were getting up early for Mangal Aarti. They were doing 16 rounds. They were doing Tulsi Parikrama, and they were reading Bhagavatam, then going for their duties. And in the evening, they used to do Tulsi Aarti and the Bhagavad Gita, and sleeping early and again getting up early. They were Raja Rishis. But as time started from Satyuga, it came to Treta to Dwapar. Kings stopped getting up for Mangalarti, and the 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 divine knowledge was not being accepted or referred or used. Sakalena Mahata Yoga, this Mahan Yoga became Nashta. It was there, but it was not being used. Param Tapa. Oh, Arjuna, you are Paramtapa. Paramtapa is one who chastises the enemy. But here, Paramtapa also means one who gives opportunity to others. Like the tree is called Paramtapa because it gives benefits to others. The tree is that it gives shade, fruits, leaves, flowers, and everything to others. So, so the knowledge is lost, but we should understand the knowledge which is being told from Raja Rishi Parampara is has been destroyed. But the knowledge which comes from Guru Shishya Parampara will never be destroyed. As long as there is a even one conditioned soul in the material world, there will be the four sampradayas, which is Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Kumar Sampradaya. That Guru Shishya Parampara is mentioned in the 13th chapter. That will never ever be destroyed. So this Raj Rishi is got destroyed. We throw a ball up in the sky, it will go up as long as there is a force. When the force is not there, again it will come down. Water will flow from top to down. Similar, this knowledge was also destroyed. But Arjuna, I'm going to speak this knowledge to you. Why? Sa eva maya te adya yoga prukta puratana bhaktosi me sakacheti rasam hi etad uttamam. Oh, so he says that Arjuna says that actually Arjuna is saying that I am Mayati Adya Yoga Prukta Pratana. This divine knowledge which is going to connect the soul with the super soul, I'm going to, which is very ancient. I'm going to speak to you because you've got two qualification. The qualification is Bhakto Asime Saka Cheti. The qualification is we have to become a devotee and become a friend of God. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna never said that you should learn Sanskrit and you should be very good. You should get PhD and you should be a very good public speaker. Then only you will understand. No. Krishna says, "Bhakto asime sakacheti." Dear devotees, when I was in 11th standard many years ago, that is 30 years ago, we used to have Bhagavad Gita in our college. That is in the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th undergraduate and graduation. So I used to read Bhagavad Gita. It is not to make much sense. But when I started chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and was with devotees, then I could understand, wow, Bhagavad Gita is that says that I am soul and part and parcel of super soul, that is Krishna. So the secret is to become a devotee, and the more we become a devotee, the um, truth of Bhagavad Gita will be revealed. Oh, Krishna, wait. I am 125 years old. I am father and grandfather, and similarly, you are also father and grandfather. We are friends. I know that you may be a few months earlier than. In fact, I'm elder to you, but or younger to you, whatever it is. But we are one friends. But how can you say that you spoke this knowledge to Vivaswan and no, and you're saying that you spoke it to sun god Vivaswan. And Vivaswan was lakhs and lakh years before we came. Oh, my dear Krishna, I understand what you say is truth. I don't deny, but it's difficult for me to digest. Please throw some light. So Arjuna is not challenging, but Arjuna is saying that please throw more light. I understand, but I'm not able to, digest it. So aparam bhavata janma param janma vivasvata khatam etad vijaniyam etvam ado proktamaniti. How come you spoke it early to sun god who was many millions years ago? Vijnaniyam, please, throw some light. How should I understand this? Throw more light into this. Because Vivasvat, the sun god, was born many uh, ages ago. Then Krishna smiles and says, Sri Bhagavan Vacha. This question is very important. Yeah. So the qualification for understanding Bhagavad Gita is Bhaktosya me Saka Cheti. Once Krishna, once Prabhupada was in in India, and the devotees were chanting Bhagavad Gita. Some Indians, out of pride, was trying to find fault in devotees and said that Swamiji, your disciples, they don't have correct pronunciation. Prabhupada smiled and said, my disciples don't have correct pronunciation, but they have correct pronunciation, and that is important for what? Understanding Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna now says Sri Bhagwan Vacha. That means Sri Bhagwan Vacha means beautiful, most important person is going to speak something which is beautiful and very important for us. And that means that we should tighten our waist and sit very straight and hear every word, every letter carefully, and not to miss any of them. Laser, one pointed focus is required because Sri Bhagwan Vacha, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha arjuna taniyam veda sarvani natam veda param tapam. Oh, Arjuna, you are asking this question because you are Paramtapa, the chasterer of enemies. But I understand that you are Paramtapa because you give opportunities to benefits to other, like a tree gives benefits to others. You are giving me an opportunity to introduce myself. Till now, in the first chapter, in the second chapter, the third chapter, I did not introduce myself. It is said that a gentleman never, glorifies or introduce himself. So by asking this question, Arjuna, you are giving me an opportunity. I uh, I spoke Bhagavad Gita to Sun God, and even you were there at that time. You heard it, and but because of my Yoga Maya Shakti, you are put into a bewilderment and you forget it, and that's why you don't remember. Uh, but I will tell you. I will tell you uh, when I spoke the message to when I spoke this message to Sun God. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha arjuna tani ham veda sarvani natam veda param tapa. Many lifetimes we have passed. But I remember all of them. Why? Because I don't change, because my body was spiritual, is spiritual, and your will remain spiritual, but your body is changing. And when we change body, we forget whatever was in the previous body. So why we forget? Because we have a material body, we change this material body. And why do we have material body? Because we have material emotions and material desires. When we have material desires and material emotions, immediately we will forget everything. So the more we have spiritual emotions and more we have spiritual desires, uh, we will be more intelligent and grasp things, and we will remember everything. Ajo apishanam abhay atma bhutanam ishwaro apishan prakritim swam adhistaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Ajo apishan abhay atmanam. And Krishna is introducing, I am Ajo, I am unborn. I am Abhay Atma. Again, this word Abhay Atma. I am imperishable. My body is transcendental. It never deteriorates. Vyay means it deteriorates, like the candle we burn, it deteriorates. Bhutanam Ishwaro. Of all there are many living entities. I am also a living entity, but I am the Ishwar, Apishan. I am not unlike them. I am the controller of all of them. Like a child is there in the school, there is the class monitor is the controller for them, and the class monitor is controlled by the class teacher is controlled by the principal is controlled by the trustee of the school, the trustee of the school is controlled by the education minister is controlled by the prime minister, and prime minister is controlled by time, and time comes 5 years, then prime minister has to change, and and time is controlled by Krishna. So Krishna is one who cannot be controlled by anybody. Nityo Nityanam Chetno Chetanam Eko Yo Vidati Kamam. So Krishna is that controller who doesn't have any other control. Prakritim Stam. So the Lord comes out of his own, out of his own sweet will, from and in its original transcendental form. Atma Maya, not from Bahiranga Shakti, from Antaranga Shakti. And when does he come? Oh, yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Wherever there is decline in religious practice, there and then the descendant of Bharata, uh, there and then the Lord descends and he comes to establish these wonderful signs of self-realization. Yada yada hi dharmasya tada tada hi yada yada hi dharmasya. When the religious practices, there is a decline. Why Krishna is emphasizing on dharma? Because dharma is that activity which gives us joy, bliss, and happiness and peace. And adharma is that activity which brings us pain, misery, sorrow, and mm, worthlessness. So this is unhappiness. So this is dharma. Dharma is important. Like, because Krishna is a father, he wants to see us happy. No father wants to see the children unhappy. So yada yada tada tada. And why does he comes? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam dharma sanstatpanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. Arjun, your devotees are also capable of establishing dharma. But Krishna says, yes, I understand. But Paritranaya Sadhuna, my devotees are waiting to see me do my past through my beautiful form, and they want to see my beautiful pastimes, and they want to see my beautiful guna. And that's why in the pain of the separation, in the pain of separation, my devotees are in a divine miserable state. And to paritranaya, to remove that painful uh, pain of separation, I come, I come, and sometimes, I Vinashaya Dushkritam is not important, and sometimes my Sudarshan Chakra goes here and there and cuts and chops Shishupal and others. That's not the most important. The primary reason is I want to give joy, bliss, happiness to my devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness, and they are just in separation, and the pain of separation. To reduce the pain of separation, I come. Dharma Sanstarpanataya, and I establish mm, the religiosity, and I do it millennium after millennium. So we should understand in this, we are talking about Raja Rishi Parampara, not Guru Shishya Parampara. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेति तत्वता त्यक्ता देह पुनर्जन्म न एति मामेति. So Arjuna, oh Krishna, what is the benefit of seeing, hearing, and your pastimes? By hearing and seeing your pastime, what happens? When we understand Krishna's Janma is divine, his karma is divine, and we understand it in Tattva from the teachers, from the authentic Guru Shishya Parampara, then authentic bona fide Guru Shishya Parampara. Then Tekta Deham Punarjanma, when we leave this body, Naeti, we will not get this material body, and in the material world, we will get a spiritual body in spiritual world. Mameti, with Krishna, we will be, we will be, we will be taking part in his another pastimes. So Janma Karma Cha Divyam. Krishna's Janma is Divyam. Janma is Divyam means when Krishna takes birth, he is not crying like we cry. And every child who is born is he cries, but Krishna, when he takes birth, he doesn't cry. He's smiling. And Krishna, when he takes birth, he we don't know who we are, and we are told this is mother, this is father. And when Krishna comes, he tells his father Vasudev and Devaki that in the what they were in the previous lifetime and the previous life. They were Kashyap Muni and Aditi, and before that they were Manu and Satrupa. Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tatvata. And not only that, when Krishna comes, he comes with his very beautiful crown and beautiful earrings and beautiful garlands, beautiful yellowish dress, dhoti, kamarban, and Srivatsa and Kaustubh Mani, and everything is so beautiful. And he is so nicely dressed in a divine dress. Whereas when we take birth, first thing we cry, and second thing we don't know who is who, and third thing uh, we never see that a child is born with a three-piece coat, safari, or salwar kameez or anything. Forget about salwar kameez or forget about three-piece coat. At least with a small langot, if somebody is born, we can say something. But Krishna is one who is born because his birth is divine. Divine, Divya means that activity. That activity, divine means that thing which benefits every living entity. Even by Krishna's birth, Kamsa is benefited. Forget about others. So, Janma karma cha me devyam evam yo veti tat pata tekta deham punarjanma na eti mam eti. So, Arjuna, oh Krishna, by understanding your pastimes and relishing your pastimes, after we leave this body, we are benefited. We go to a spiritual realm. But uh, what, what will happen as we are living in this body? Are we going to suffer? No, 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 we are not going to suffer. What is the benefit while we are alive? Oh, I will tell you. I will tell you. Vitaraga bhaya krodha mama maya mam upashrita bahuva jnana tapasa puta madbhava agata. And as we relish the pastimes of the Lord, Vita, we will get away from all the attraction. Bhaya, we will be free from all the fear. We will be free from all the anger. Mama maya upashrita, closer to Krishna, and we will be taking shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. And by doing this, many people in the past, Jnana Tapasa, many Jnanis and Tapasvis purified themselves, and they were experiencing the same kind of happiness which Krishna was experiencing. That is the spiritual happiness. So as we are living, we will be free from all the material attraction and fear and anger, and we will be very blissful, joyful, and peaceful. So we are, as we are living, we are peaceful, joyful, and blissful, and when we live, we are in the spiritual realm eternally blissful and peaceful. In this way, in this way, by understanding Krishna's divine Janma and Karma, we are devotees are benefited. Oh, Krishna, your divine Janma and Karma, even the Mayavadis and Brahmavadis and Devi Devtavadis are also hearing, others are also hearing, other transcendentalists are hearing, but they don't take you, they think that your birth is, you are not the Supreme Person of Godhead, or you are, so they don't give much importance. What happens to them? You told that your devotees, your disciples, your devotees, they as they live, they are free from lust, anger, and greed, and when they leave the body, they get a spiritual body. But what about Mayavadis and Brahmavadis? They also hear your pastime, but they are not getting the same kind of benefit. In fact, they don't go to the spiritual world. Why? Oh, Arjuna, the principle is, the Siddhant is yeyatamam prapadante tam sat eva bhajamiham mama martamanu vartante manisha partha sarvasa yeyatamam prapadante. As one surrender unto me, so I reward them. As they come closer to me, so I also come closer to them. As they give something to me, I give more and more to them. So they devote devotees, my devotees, they love me and they want to glorify me, and they want to do more service to me. But the Mayavadis and the Brahmavadis, they don't understand my pastimes are very divine. And so I also don't take them very seriously. As one comes, so I come. So, ye yatamam prapadante tam tatyam bhajamyam. Everyone follows my path in all respects. Arjuna, mama vartamanu vartante manasya partha sarvasah. Oh, Krishna, still some hear about you. So the Mayavadis, they hear about me and they go to the Brahma Jyoti, and the Brahmavadis, they hear about my pastime. They also go to the Brahma Jyoti, but they will be close to the Vaikuntha and they will get association of Vaikuntha Vadis, and then they will be attracted by the beautiful Vaikuntha Vadis, and they will again take up my divine pastimes very seriously, and they will get a divine body in the Vaikuntha. But some people, they hear about your pastimes and they go to the demigod, they go for demigod worship. Why is it that? Because Arjuna, they have so much desire that they think that why should we waste time going to Krishna? Krishna will give us, but give us after a long time. But Shiva and Ganesh, Parvati, they are very, they reciprocate faster. Tang Shantah Karmana Siddhim Yajanta Iha Devata Shipram Hi Manusha Loke Siddhir Bhavati Karma Cha. Because of their strong material desires, they want to become rich, they want to become famous, they want to become beautiful, they want to become handsome, they want to become healthy, they want to become wealthy, they want to have a bungalow. They go to the demigods for, they want it very quickly. So that's why even after hearing my pastimes, they go to the they go to demigods. So see, so the my devotees, they get, when they hear the pastime, they get liberated, and the Gyan Marga, oh Krishna, the Gyan Bhakti Marg is good. The Gyan Marg is good. They get, by doing that, they get liberated. But this Karma Marg, which is mentioned, in which they go to the demigods, it is very complicated and that leads to bondage. Why did you introduce the Karma Marg? Oh, why, Krishna? Why? You are working hard to establish. Why this particular karma mark has been done? Then Krishna says, Arjuna, that the five fingers, that there is one hand and it has got five fingers, and all the five fingers are different in size and shape. One is very tall, one is very short, one is very fat, one is, so everything is, all the five fingers are different. So everybody's consciousness is not the same. So I not everybody is a pure devotee as soon as he comes in the material world. Some of them are really very innocent. Some of them are a little closer to me. Some of them are real. They love me. So to bring all of them gradually to upgrade their consciousness, I am introducing the four varna and four ashrama, so that like a child who is in KG class will, if the child remains in the school from KG, it comes to the first standard, then the fifth standard, then the 10th standard, then the 12th standard, then the 15th standard, then the 17th standard, then the 20th standard, and then gets PhD. Similarly, uh, I introduce Chaturvarnamaya Shrishtam, even though they are in Karma Marga, gradually by doing good activities, uh, they will become worshipper of demigods. By becoming a worshipper of demigod, they will become worshipper of Parvati Devi. By being the worshipper of Parvati Devi, they will be upgraded to become worshipper of Lord Shiva. By becoming a good worshipper of Lord Shiva, a day will come, they will become worshipper of Lord Krishna. So, Chaturvarnamaya Shrishtam Gunakarma विभागस तस्य कर्तारम अपि माम विधि अकर्तनम अव्ययम. Chaturvarnam, that is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. It is based on guna karma. It's not janma karma vibhaga side. It's guna karma vibhaga. According to their nature, they will become a Brahmana. Somebody is more in Satoguna, he's a Brahmana. When somebody is more in passion, is Kshatriya, somebody who is in more of uh, more of fashion and ignorance will become Vaishya, and others who are in so much of Tamaguna will become what do you call Shudra. Guna karma vibhagasha. This is guna karma vibhagasha. By becoming a son of a Brahmana, one can it easily he can become a very good Brahmana. But it means that he has to go to Gurukul and practice. If he doesn't go to Gurukul and practice, it doesn't mean he will become a Brahmana. Like a son of doctor, it's a good chance that he can become a very good doctor. But if he doesn't pass fifth standard, and if he fails in 10th standard, and then at the age of 20 he says that I am opened a clinic, you should come to me because I am son of doctor, please come get operated from me. Will you go? We will not go because he's not a bona fide doctor from a bona fide this thing. So, but there is a good chance to become a good Brahmana. But if a cobbler's son studies well and becomes a doctor, and one has to go for an operation, he says, "You are a cobbler's son. Even though you're a good doctor, I will not go to you because you're a cobbler's son. I will not go to you, come to you. I will not go to you for operation because you are son of God. I will go to that fellow who is doctor's son who has failed in fifth standard for 5 times and he did not pass even 10th standard. What? So what? So what? He is son of a doctor. I will get operated from him. Does that make any sense? No. It is guna karma vibhagasa, not janma karma vibhagasa. Doctor's son will become doctor. It is not guaranteed, but there's a good chance. So, this will be in detail explained in the 18th chapter. Tasya kartaram api mam. I established this four varna and four ashram, but akartara abhyayam. Again abhyayam. But this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya will be seen everywhere, even in Russia or Europe. You will see those who are in Satoguna, they are educationalists, and those who are little strong, they are into military, and those who are into making passion, money, 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 they are into business, and those who are just working hard, they are like in the working class. So this abhyaya, it cannot be removed, it cannot be eradicated. It cannot be perished. So it will exist in one form or another. And Krishna is saying that I am I do this, but I am not doing this. How is that? It means that Krishna is introducing it, and uh, it is been delegated, and it is done very nicely by the demigods and the saints. So Krishna need not directly do everything. Like the king is like the king of the nation is saying that there should be hospital. So it doesn't mean that the king comes and does the hospital. The king made the hospital, but it doesn't mean the king made the bricks and the cement and the he said there should be hospital. Yeah, because of the king there is hospital. The king made this hospital, but it doesn't mean the king made the hospital. The workers made the hospital, but through the ministers and sub-ministers. So, ma namam karmani limpyanti. Oh Krishna, you are doing such wonderful activities. You are establishing the four varna ashram. So you are doing so much activities. Does that mean that you also get into bondage? You are also into the clutches of Maya? No, no, no. Namam karmani limpyanti name karma phale spriya iti mam yo abhijanati karma birnasa padyate. No, no, Arjuna, I am not into the clutches of karma. I am not into the clutches of bondage because I do activities. Activity is not the cause of bondage. Activity is not condemned. It is the asakti. It is the asakti. It is the desire for enjoying the fruit of activity that is the cause of bondage. I have no I have no asakti. I have no desire to enjoy. I just want to serve. I want to see that everybody is happy. I don't require anything from uh, by doing all these activities. I've got enough, and I'm blissful, happy, and peaceful. I am. I don't require anything from anyone. I'm doing for others' benefit. I don't have any asakti. So I don't have any desire to enjoy. So activity is not cause of bondage, Arjuna. It is the desire to enjoy that is the cause of it. I have no desire. I just have a desire to serve and make others happy. So I don't get entangled, even though I'm doing so much. It's like this, like a banker cashier is taking a lot of money and putting into the bank, and money is coming, somebody is asking for money, is taking the money from the bank and giving, so he is not put into the prison. But suppose the banker cashier, he takes one little money from that bank and goes home, immediately he is into bondage. Why? Because he has taken the money for his own benefit, joy. But previously he was taking so much money, but for the sake of bank he was working, so he was not into bondage. Evam gnatvam kritam karma purverapi mumukshubhi kuru karma eva tashmatvam purve purvataram kritam. And if somebody knows that Krishna is doing so many activities and is not getting entangled by this knowledge, many living entities who understood that Krishna is doing so much, but he's not getting bonded because he's doing for others' benefit. So others are also getting benefited, and a liberated soul in ancient times acted with this understanding, and they also received the transcendental benefit which Krishna is enjoying. Just by understanding that Krishna is not into bond, even though he acts, he doesn't get into the karma's bondage. A living entity understand this, he will also be free from all these bondages. Oh, Krishna, the theory of karma is very complicated. It's very somebody is getting entangled, somebody is getting bonded, somebody is not getting entangled, somebody is free from bondage. What is this? Please let me throw some light on this. I want to understand it. Please, please, please. Okay, Arjuna, okay, relax. I will tell you. Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo api atra mohita tatte karma pravakshyami yajnata mokshasya asubhat. What is karma, what is akarma, and what is vikarma? Even great intelligent kavyas are getting bewildered. Tatte karma pravakshyami. I will tell you what is karma and what is akarma and what is vikarma. By knowing this, one will get liberated, and from all that is impious, and all that one will get free from all the misfortune. Uh, Okay. Karmano apihi bodhavyam cha vikarmana akarma cha bodhavyam gahana karma no gati. What is karma? Karma is that activity by which we get limited bodily benefit. What is vikarma? That vikarma is that activity which is restricted in the scriptures and which will bring a lot of pain to this material body. And what is akarma? Akarma is that activities which will please Krishna and free us from all the bondage. Gahana karmano gati. These the activity, understanding the result of activity is very, very difficult to understand. The intricacies of actions are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should understand what is karma, what is vikarma, and what is akarma. Prabhupada is also making buildings, and a builder is also making a building, and a smuggler is also making a building. Whereas Prabhupada is blissful, peaceful, joyful, and whereas a businessman still is in anxiety, and the smuggler, even though he is making a building, he is in a lot of fear. कर्माणि अकर्मय पश्चाद कर्म च कर्मय स बुद्धिमान मनुष्येषु सायुक्ता कृष्ण कर्म कृत. One who understands that by serving Krishna we are not getting into bondage, and one who understands that even though we are not doing activity, but we are getting into bondage, actually sees things and he becomes liberated. Like Janak Maharaj was doing lot of activities, like Prabhupada was doing lot of activities, but still there is no bondage of karma. But a person who is a materialistic person is not doing activities, sleeping in one place, but still is getting into bondage, even though he's not doing activity, because his body is not acting, but in his mind he's dreaming, and uh, because of that, again he will get a material body as according to his dreams, and again he will be in the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Whereas Prabhupada is making buildings, Prabhupada is writing books, Prabhupada is making disciples, Prabhupada is giving interviews, Prabhupada is giving class, but he is not into bondage. So one when one understands this, he actually becomes liberated. Yasya sarva samarambha kama sankalpa varjita jnana karmana tam ahu panditam Buddha. One who understands, one is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire of sense gratification. Their only aim is to please Krishna. He is said by the sages to be a worker for whom reaction of work is burnt away by the perfect Nath. The Gyan Agni will burn all their karma. Oh Krishna, can you give some example? Yes, yes, I can give example. Tekta karma pala sangam nitya tripta nirashraya karmanya vipravritopi naiva kinchit karoti sa. Like Janak Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, they did a lot of activities. Yeah, Ikshvaku and other King Manu and others, they did activities, but they were freed from all the activities. They were independent. Even though they were acting, but they did not have any fruitive actions. Though they were acting, but they were getting liberated in each act. निराशीर्यता चित आत्मा त्यक्ता सर्व परिग्रह शरीना केवल कर्मा कुर्वान लिम कुर्वान नापनोति किल्बिषा. But Prabhupada used to do go for walk. Prabhupada used to take massage. Prabhupada used to take medicines. It was not for Krishna's benefit. Oh, Arjuna, such a man of understanding and perfect intelligence, he even he will do limited action to keep his body fit to serve better. That is accepted, even though that massage is not for Krishna, but still that massage is to keep the body fit. That is that is uh, that is okay. That is accepted. Like the Goswamis, they slept for 2 hours and drank chas for in 3 days. Raghunath Das Goswami, and 20 hours they were serving the God. But one may complain, 2 hours they slept and took chas, buttermilk in 3 days. That is not for Krishna's joy. No, no, no. That is accepted. That much is, granted. In Ishopanishad, it is said that Isha Vasha Idam Sarvam Yatkinchi Jagatyam Jagatin Taktina Bhunjita Magrida Kashitanam. So that is granted. Minimum input, maximum output. So that sleeping is also to, that massage is also to serve Krishna better. So minimum input, maximum output. Srila Prabhupada. So that much is granted. Yadricha labha santushto gandho atito vimata arsha samasiddha siddho cha kripapi na nirbadhyate. So in this way, devotees like Prabhupada, whatever comes, like whether they are given a beautiful house, multi-storied building in Los Angeles, or put into hut uh, in Mayapur, they are satisfied. They are free from duality. They don't have matsara. Oh, how come he has got a better building than me? How come his clothes are more whiter than mine? Bala unka kameez mere kameez se safed kaise? No, he says, wow, Krishna is kind. He gave him a super ultra powerful detergent rinse soap to him, and at least Krishna has given me rinse soap, if not ultra. So he's okay. So in this way, he is not disturbed whether there is success or failure. What is important for him is he is with this body and mind and words, he is serving Krishna. In this way, Arjuna, your fighting is also a yajna, because this yajna fighting you are doing to please me. So whatever activity you are doing, do it as in the knowledge, using the manual of Bhagavad Gita to please me, and your fighting also becomes yajna. Oh Krishna, that's why eating also becomes a yajna. Walking also be yajna. Taking massage also becomes a yajna. Sleeping also becomes a yajna. If we are know the knowledge, if we understand the manual properly, use the manual properly. Your fighting is also yajna. How come my fighting becomes an yajna, Krishna? In yajna, there is a big yajna kunda. There's a brahmana and he's got a spoon and he's putting ghee and there's a fire. Yes, Arjuna, yes. This Kurukshetra field is a yajna kunda and you are the brahmana and Gandiva, the bow, is the spoon, and the arrows from Gandiva is ghee, and the fire is Kauravas, and it is making swaha, swaha, swaha. What kind of yajna is this? Can you tell more about yajnas? Yes, Arjuna, yes. So, for different people, there are different yajnas. For the brahmachari, there is an yajna. For a grahastha, there is an yajna. For a vanprastha, there is a yajna. There is a yajna for sannyasi. For brahmana, there is an yajna. For kshatriya, there is an yajna. For vaishya, there is an yajna. For shudra, there is a yajna. For there are many, many yajnas. Which is the aim of yajna is to please Krishna, and the aim of yajna is to for doing yajna is to purify the mind, to please Krishna and purify the mind. And the more the mind gets purified, the more the divine knowledge will come. So to get divine knowledge, we should purify the mind. And to purify the mind, we should do yajna. And if we do yajna, we will be blissful. So yajna is important because to get divine knowledge, the mind should be pure, and to make the mind pure, we should do yajna. So without yajna, the mind will not be pure. Without becoming pure, mind becomes pure. We cannot get the divine knowledge. So we have to perform yajna. Yata sangasya muktasya jnana avatrita chetasa yajna aya archata karma sangam praviliyate. So in this way, our activities should be there to please Krishna, and by doing that, we will mind will get purified. By purified mind, we will get the divine knowledge. What is the yajna for Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Brahmachari, Sannyasi, Grahastha, and Vanprastha is being explained in these few slokas, 1924. So Brahma Arpana, Brahma Brahma Agno, Brahma Hutam, Brahma eva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. So there are different kind of yajnas for different fields, different strokes for different folks. So Daivam eva pare yajnam yogina parupasate Brahma agno apare yagnam yagna eva po juhati. For a Brahmana, there is a there are different yajnas for different people. Shotra adin indriyani anya samya agnishu juhati shabdani vishayan anya indriya agnishu juhati. So for the brahmacharis, they have to keep listening to the Vedas. That is the yajna. For the grahasthas, they should give donation. That is the yajna. All this yajna is done to purify mind. If the mind gets purified, then what happens? We get divine knowledge. That is important. Sarva indriyani karmani prana karmani cha para atma samyamya yoga anagno juhati jnana dipyate. And some people in the hot summer, they surround themselves with fire and they try to control the senses and the mind. This is also an yajna for sannyasis. That is to purify the mind and get what? Divine knowledge. Drabya yajna tapo yajna, drabya yajna tapo yajna, yoga jnana tapa apare, swadhyaya jnana yajna cha, yataya samsita vrata. In this way, there are different kinds of austerities for sannyasis, brahmaprasthas, and brahmacharis. And apane juhati pranam prane apana tata pare pranapana gati rudva pranayama parayana apare nitya ahara pranam praneshu juhati. So in this way, some people they do breathing, breathe in, breathe out, and hold the breath. Like Dhruv Maharaj held the breath for 6 months. All this are there to purify the mind. If the mind is purified, we will get divine knowledge, divya gyan. Sarve apiyete yajna vito yajna sapita kalmasha yajna stitamrita bujo yanti brahma sanatanama. And with doing again, the sins gets wiped out and mind becomes purified. If the mind becomes purified, we get divine knowledge. Without yajna, one cannot be peaceful in this lifetime. Forget about being peaceful in the other next lifetime. Nayam loko asti ayagnasya kuto anya kuru sutama. Without yajna, one cannot be happy in this lifetime and forget of being happy in the next lifetime. Evam bahu vida yajna vidita brahmano mukhe karmajam viditan sarvan evam gnatam vimokshashi. By doing yajna, one becomes there are different kinds of yajnas approved for different kind of people, different strokes for different folks, and by engaging in that, one becomes mind becomes purified, and with it purified, one gets divine knowledge. By getting divine knowledge, we get experience the divine happiness which Krishna experienced in the spiritual world. Oh Krishna, in short, oh Arjuna, in short, different yajnas are Shreyan Dravya Yajna Jnana Yajna Param Tapa Sarvan Karma Kila Partha Jnana Parishama Yate. So different kind. For chastisers of enemy, the sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than the sacrifice of material possession. And uh, O Partha, of all the sacrifices culminates in getting divine knowledge. By doing yajna, one get divine knowledge. Without doing yajna, we cannot get divine knowledge. Oh Krishna, all this yajna I have done, but still I did not get divine knowledge. I gave donation, I heard the scriptures, I heard this, I did that, I did everything, breathing also. And I did everything, but still I'm not getting this divine knowledge. What should I do? What is the easiest and the simplest way in which even a small children and the ladies can do that, achieve the divine knowledge? We want the simple technique, Arjuna. Really, you want the simple technique? Yes, Krishna, yes. Then please listen carefully. Tadvidi pranipate na pariprashne na te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Just go to a spiritual master, pay obeisance to him, and in a humble mood, serve him and inquire what is really good for me, what is beneficial for me, and he will then enlighten you. This is the easiest way by which Prahlad Maharaj in mother's womb, by which Dhruv Maharaj in his childhood, by which Pandava in their youthhood, by this Amrish Maharaj in his manhood, and in his old age, Ajamil, and during death, Katwang Maharaj and Bhishma got this divine knowledge. It is very simple. Even Kunti, Draupadi, they were also receiving this knowledge. Everybody can get this knowledge. And if you have this knowledge, if you get this knowledge, if you really surrender to the spiritual master, there will be no time you will be in illusion. Yajgnatva napnar moham evam yash yashi pandava ena bhutani asheshani drakshyasi atmani atomai. If we really surrender to the spiritual master, we will get the divine knowledge. Then we may say, oh, I am surrendered. I took initiation many years ago. Still, I am getting some bad dreams. Why is it that? That is because we are not really surrendered. But if we surrender, it will happen. But not to get discouraged, we should try to be more enthusiastic, have patience, and work on this. Apiche, this divine knowledge is very powerful. Nothing in this world is more powerful than these. Apiche the asi papebhya sarve Papakritama sarvan jnana plavan eva vrijni mam san parishashi. By this divine knowledge, the worst of the worst character, the most sinful person, like Valmiki Mrigari, became a very powerful saint. One can very easily cross over the ocean of miseries with the boat of this divine knowledge. Yata, nothing is more sublime than this. Yata id hamsi samid dos agni bhashma sat kurte arjuna gyan agni sarvakar bhashma sat kurte tata. There is there is mountain of sin like a mountain of dry grass. By this fire of Gyan Agni, the whole mountain of dry grass will be burned. The whole mountain of sins will be burned. Nahi jnanena sadrishyam pavitram iha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddha kalenatmani vindati. There is nothing more sublime and pure than this transcendental knowledge. This is the mature fruit of all the yajna, it is the of all the practices. So we should take up this process very seriously. Swadhavan labate jnanam tatpara samyatindriya jnana labda param shantim achirena digachati. And by taking this process, the hippie became happy, the Rusis became rishis, the Chinese became munis, and the Japanese became started doing japa, and they become peaceful and happy, and they it really works. So ajnana cha ashradana cha shamshayatma vinashyati nayam lokasti na paro na sukham samshay atmana. But if somebody has doubt in this, that this divine knowledge, whether it will work or not work, for them this will not work. We should have full faith. Yes, they were benefited. Why I should not get the benefit? I will take this process very seriously. Yoga sannyasta karmana jnana sanchina sam Sayam Atmavantam na karmani nibadanti Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya, you are the conqueror of riches, but I will call you real conqueror of riches, Dhananjaya, if you conquer the wealth of divine knowledge. Tashmada jnana sambhutam vitstam jnana sit atmana chitvainam samsayam yogam atishto uttishta prata. With this divine knowledge, you take up and you do your karma. Jnana karma sannyasa yoga. So with this divine knowledge you act. In this action, whatever you do will be pleasing for me, whether eating, sleeping, or beating, or killing, it will please me, and you will be blissful, joyful, and peaceful. So this divine knowledge is very important. So Uttishta, get up. So this is the third time the word Uttishta is being mentioned. Uttishta, first time in second chapter, again in the second chapter, in this fourth chapter, last sloka, again in the 11th, fourth time it will be chapter, it will be mentioned. With this, we should understand that this knowledge is very powerful, pure, sublime, and it was working, is working, and will work. So why should we not get the benefit? We should take a vow from now till the last breath in this body. I will, I will take this divine knowledge. I will go through this manual, make my life peaceful, blissful, and peaceful. Hare Krishna, joyful. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any questions at this stage? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, any questions? Then you can raise your hands, and otherwise. So thank you very much, and thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we will call it a day, and tomorrow we will again meet for the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you.